took me a little while to realize why Popeye's giving me a whole chicken head, bro. This is, this is the beak. Oh my God, it's a chicken head. I am so done. Look at the chicken eye. Yeah, I'm so done. Like Popeyes. Seriously, Popeyes? Oh my, oh no, I forgot down for this. Oh no, I forgot down for this. We can't believe. My appetite gone. I can't believe.
Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The video that you saw at the start of this is of a young lady that went to one of her favorite fast food restaurants. You know, say people of KFC, you know, say people of Popeye. Anything that is Americanized, Jamaicans gravitate to it, especially on a weekend. You work hard, you look forward to treat yourself. Nothing big, just something little food for the stomach. Make you feel a little better for yourself, about your day, about your accomplishments for the week. And then when you order, stand up in the long line, and then you get your food. Ready for chow down, you realize, hold on a minute. The parts that I ordered don't specifically look like the part that I got. It seems as if I got excessive more than I had bargained for, meaning literally. You get the neck, you get the head, you get whatever the little red thing on the top name. Let me know in the comment section. People, if this was me, I would have immediately demanded back my money. I would not want any more chicken. I wouldn't want more chicken on top of brata. Me than just want back my money and call it a day. I think that I would avoid that restaurant and probably any sort of fast food restaurant and chicken pan a whole totally until me kind of rehab and kind of get over it. However, any and everybody know, like them say, black people love chicken. Chicken is addicted, it and watermelon. So therefore, maybe after a while, after the 9-day attack, she might go back to her favorite restaurant once again, point blank and period.
Just come from jail what they are dog. Everybody in my place knows say what they am come from jail, you see me? They in my place dog and about 3 weeks now me they in my place. You see me? About 3 weeks now me they in my place. See? Try to change over my life dog, try to deal with the thing different, you see me? Because you try to live a certain life dog, you see me? I try to change up the style I know. Look here how you walk from problem bad dog. Look here how far you walk from problem dog. Problem always will come towards you dog. Remember me telling you dog. You see me? Me's never a man to go report a man a station yet. You see me? You see this time I have a blood clot week, I guess what now? You know me no boy try feel like say they can't come do me nothing over nothing me don't know about dog. You see me? Brother kill a boy and know say yo, I go lie down back in the same blood clot cell again. Remember that pussy one. You see me? This batty boy go see me now and come and talk now, say yo. Him here say me. I don't know what the fuck. How him here, whatever they say. He say me broke in a house, bad dog. You see me? But where they come from jail, no dog. One heap of bumbuckler ball in my mother doing a bad dog. One heap of bumbuckler ball in my mother do for me dog. You see me? But this side say, yo, watch out. Can't make my mother ball a blood clog in dog. I'm ball too much bumbuckler, yeah, I want and pay too much money now, so I have to change up my style. You see me? This pussy I go see me and make me know say, oh, I'm going to shoot me and ray. So me I say, what I say? Man, I make me know say, yo, I'm going to shoot me anyhow and catch me over in place and ray. Yo, dog. Me know a whole heap of in a bumbuckler community and I rate me in a dog. I mean, I rate you no neither, you know. You see me? Want to know what that's telling you. You see me? Who don't rate me, I mean, I rate you know. Make you stay at that. But don't call up my name and fuck you and not see me I do bad dog. I make my name look a weird dog because of truth. It's certain lifestyle me enjoy live dog. You see me? Don't call up my name for things when I do bad dog. I mean, kill on for that. I mean, I don't tell on no bad dog. You know what I do now? Report that batty boy there station bad dog. Cause guess what now? Anytime you see me and fuck with me the blood clot in the street and don't feel like a joke dog. But you want, she even know in a dog. I mean, mother make me go report that batty boy in a dog. But this batty boy tell me about how you go and see me in the night and violate me, you know. Me want that batty boy there, anyone in the family them see me and try violate me. Let me show them something dog. You see me? Kind of chattings me there on in a bad dog. You see me? I try to live my life and live good right now, you know. You see me? And stay so, you know. I know say so. Some pussy nigga, me I cut off all of my friend them dog for sure say yo. You know, nothing with nobody dog, you see me? Me I stay to myself now dog and try to elevate myself dog and try to come up in a life dog, you see me? I'm to your dog every day dog. I pray say no make my mother cry too much dog, you see me? But me now make him cry. You see me, they go down and I want to stick bad dog. Remember me tell the whole of Rosatanian batty boy and batty girl this. None of them go see me dead. The whole of them go dead before me. Remember that blood clot and my mother now cry. No blood clot, yeah, water for me. That me I tell you no pussy. Anytime you don't want to violate, you don't violate me batty boy. You don't just violate me. I'm sure, I'm sure. No.
There's a very popular hip hop song, and part of the lyrics goes something like this: I would rather to be carried out by a jury of 12 than by 6, meaning to a funeral. Sometimes when we see these videos on social media, sometimes when we see the actions of these young youths in Jamaica, it seems as if this badness culture, they idolize it so much, it seems as if it is contagious, it seems as if it is addicted. So even when this youth went to prison for whatever he went to prison for and came back out, him still have the same sorts of mindsets. Don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. You will have to defend yourself. And if you're in the right, it is your rights to defend yourself, especially when you live in a volatile community. However, sometimes if you are really rehabilitated, you have to also rehabilitate your mindset, the way that you think, the energy that you put out there. So this man I make you know, say, him tired to see mother cry, and him glad that he is out. However, if somebody violate him, and again, I don't know the circumstance, just based on what he is saying, somebody violating, somebody claims that him thief something broken at them house. The next thing you have to ask yourself, youth, if you have a reputation, if people in your neighborhood know say you go to prison for you broken a shop, broken a people place, have a history of breaking and entering without authorization, then if everything all right and you come back and then people house or shop start get broken, people are always going to point a finger, like I've always said. The good that you do, it follows you, and the bad that you do, it always haunts you. So unless you can show that you have been rehabilitated, and yes, I have to give credit because you said that you're trying to keep out of the violence, you're trying to keep out of the mix-up. You don't want your name called up in anything that you're not involved with. And that is your right to be looking forward for that. But me just I say, the energy that you put out there. Either way, if your mother ball when you go to prison or your mother ball when you go to hell, meaning the big yard, it is the same thing. You stress out your mother. So therefore, maybe you might want to get a change of environment. Me just I say, if you can't change and the people can't change, then you need a change of venue. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Sorry for Magadog, and him turn around and bite you. I am speaking about two individual, first individual on the screen, sorry. Demar Robinson alias Kemar Fighter. He is the killer. The next one is called Don Andrew Campbell, originally from St. Elizabeth, living at Hypolites Road, which is in the vicinity of that KFC in a Rockford. The same KFC where you pass when you're going towards the airport, Norman Manley International Airport. So like I said, this one is called Sorry for Magadog, and him turn around and him bite you. This is the perfect example. Now, people, based on the information a couple of days ago or so, there was an altercation, disputes, verbal turn physical, physical turn to someone losing their life, meaning Don Andrew. Him get him two hands them, yes, left and right hand, chop off, severed, taken off. One about 300 feet from him, and the next one maybe about 10 feet from him. He also got his belly cut out, and also him throat bust. by the same individual. It was like a massacre. It looked like Chucky actually passed through. Now, people, I am going to give you some information, and you see the pictures on the screen as I speak. The victim and then the killer. Based on the information, it is said that the victim lived at this vicinity back and forth for about 10 years or so. He was also staying in a place known as Washington Garden with a family member. It is said that this dispute started over $1,000. However, it seems as if this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. This dispute was going on forever, and this was premeditated, and I am going to explain why I say this based on information that I got. It is said that the victim lived at the vicinity for 10 years back and forth, like I said, on and off. This man then came in the picture maybe about a couple of years ago. The victim was watching the house for a family member. That family member then brought this other man, meaning the killer, into the house. However, the victim has been complaining that the killer is very nasty, don't keep the place clean. So it seems as if the killer was carrying belly for the victim. It is said that on that fateful or unfaithful day in which the victim lost his life, it was over a dispute for $1,000. It is said that the victim is gainfully employed. The person that took him away, not so much. The victim does construction. However, it seems as if the victim was also dibbling and dabbling in the badness. Based on information, I was told that his name was called up on a couple of takeaway and a couple of gun offenses. However, each time he would go to the police, he was never convicted. He did not do any time. He was never charged. So therefore, those allegations and accusations. Based on my source, yes, he was involved, and yes, he's a type of person. He does not cause trouble, but he will defend himself. I also got information externally that somebody, the person that took him away, was an outer. The facts are these. That person is actually from St. Thomas. That person actually took away somebody from St. Thomas, left from St. Thomas because him get hot, and come at Rockfort. The victim and the man that take him away was knocking head. Both of them, the person did not deny, are involved in a mix-up, or them name a call, or them just have bad company. Whichever way you want to take it and spin it, that is up to you. So based on the information that I am getting, it is never or was never about the $1,000. It was things that was brewing from day one, from a longer time. Based on information that was out there, to the auntie of the victim, it was actually the aunt's house. So it seems as if this man, meaning the man that took him away, know that the victim is a serious man. So it's either if them have any sorts of dispute, he was going to finish it on the spot. He was not going to give the victim a chance because he knows that if him give the victim a chance, the victim might bust him like a balloon. And that is exactly what he did, meaning the person that took him away. So people, at the end of the day, like I said, this was one of the most brutal stuff I've ever seen in my history of doing YouTube, doing video of violence. It looked like a BLOOD, but it looked like some sorts of slaughterhouse. Meaning the amount of red on the wall, on the floor, all over the place. It seems as if red was just spewing all over the place. And based on the pictures that I put in my WhatsApp group, that was obvious that that was going on. So people, at the end of the day, no man is responsible to take away a next man's life, especially if it is not self-defense, especially when you initiated it, you pull some sorts of towncraft and claim say the man money, the $1,000 belong to you because that was what you were telling persons, that the man tried to take your $1,000 and violate you. What makes it even worse, it is said that at the time this dispute turned physical, in which the takeaway man ran for the machete. The other cousin was also there and witnessed everything, a female. She was crying out to the man to tell him to stop. As a matter of fact, when the cousin lost his life, she went over his body, and the last thing that he said was "cuz." She then saw the man that took him away running towards her. She had to take care of herself. The man run her down, but to no avail. It is said that a family member went to the police station and told the police everything. So people, at the end of the day, like I said, sorry for Maga dog, him turn round and him bite you. Such is the case in this case. Them have bad company, them in all sorts of mix up. Am I going to say that he deserved to lose his life? Well, the type of lifestyle that he lived, it was probably only inevitable. People, I just say, do the right thing or the wrong thing is going to do you eventually. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that outspoken selector, social media personality, Footer Hype is back at it once more again. And this time he is giving them a backlash. Based on a concert that they are planning for Hurricane Melissa relief, based on what Entertainment Minister Babsy Grange said, they are planning at least 5 concerts nationwide called Jamaica and Friends, where they're going to use local artists and also international artists that are going to give their services for the benefits of Jamaica. Well, people, it seems as if Footer Hype has a problem with that, and Footer Hype is saying that it is very hypocritical based on the fact that dancehall artists and the government, relevant authority live like puss and dog. There is no sort of support for dancehall music. And the fact what makes it worse is that dancehall music contributes to probably about 1/3 of the GDP of Jamaica. Don't quote me on that. So I want you to take a look to exactly what Footer Hype has to say as he is venting. And in this time, I think that it is justified. Take a look.
One, the same artist, the one was dirty artist. We only say Panic could be a gunman, I want to blame artists for everything. Them now, during this disaster time, when uno fear do no work, uno just take a raise. Uno just take a raise, you know. The only raise we go on from a day, so uno win, a politician money raise. No public service people not get no raise. No essential worker not get no raise. Fireman not get a raise. And your first initiative is to keep a benefit concert. You use the artist them again. Artists done already. Look what Beanie do. Look what Sean Paul do, Shaggy do, Da Vinci, QQ, Massacre, Cher, Dancehall Queen, Cher. That, I want to steal one. Only get $20 million for Mbappe in a cash, you know. Only get Justice them family go no 1 million cash US, you know. Only get 2.5 million pound cash, you know. Only get 5 million from America, plus them going to additional $11 million in a aid and cash. Where benefit concert I go? Look on the state of the country, where benefit concert I go? Auntie Babsy, you never think before you consider. Steph Curry give money, Rihanna give money, Denzel Washington them say give money. And you named Marcus Smart, when they too like him as a basketballer, him give money. The amount of money you get, there's an insurance payout. Zine, gonna have to get. Which benefit concert?
Now, people, here's my views as it pertains to what Footer Hype is saying. And I don't always see eye to eye with Footer Hype on some of his conspiracy theory and controversial stuff that he speaks about. However, in this case, I am going to take his side for the most part, and I'll explain why I say so. First thing first, benefit concert. Who is it going to benefit? Yes, Jamaica needs all the help that it can get, but Jamaica is getting a whole lot of financial aid in the millions. How much profit do you think that you can get from keeping a concert? Yes, every mickle make a muckle. However, I think that you're thinking outside of the box and outside of sense. It makes absolutely no sorts of sense. Who is it going to benefit? Who is it going to profit? Who is going to be the person that is going to be watching the purse? It is going to be Babsy Grange. The last time that I checked, her credibility and her honesty is not up there with the bestest of them. As a matter of fact, let me put it this way, Polar, the worstest of them. And this is based on stuff that she has done. Undisputed. No debate on this one. The fact that you got money from so many charitable organizations in the millions, individual sports star, sports team, donated charitable donation in the millions of dollars. What I think that Babsy Grange need to do is leave this one alone. However, she know that if she keep a concert and say that 100% of the benefit is going towards the relief, who is going to monitor this? Are we going to have the wolves and the hyena and the lion to watch the chicken coop? We are going to end up with nothing but feathers and bone. Such is the case as it pertains to the government watching the public's purse as it pertains to the relief funds. Whole heap of thief and whole heap of hustle are going to go on. People are going to enrich themselves without a shadow of a doubt. They've been doing it for years and over the decades, and they've gotten significantly worse, less honest, more crooked. So Foota Hyper say, are the same artists them this way you bash? Are the same artists this that you label as criminal? And what is even more ironic is the fact that it is these same artists that we see out are doing the charitable relief, distributing food, water, clothes, etc., etc., etc. And before I go, I want to applaud all the TikTokers. Sometimes they go on a bad name. That is because you are the despicable. However, I see that the despicable is even less despicable than the government. Me no know what the government are waiting on. They must be waiting on people for dead. People for get sick. Jamaica forget all sorts of disease. Them still assess and analyze the situation. It is not time for assess and analyze. In emergency situation, you move right away like yesterday. The government of Jamaica is moving like some molasses, running slowly down a slight slope in Alaska during a blizzard. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.